guys, this is Jenny from Blue Team, and we also have Nathan and Steven with me. I'm gonna go through the procedure for this week's hands-on assignment. First, we're gonna navigate to this website. It's going to be the number 1, and once you get here, you will need an account. If you have it already, you can go ahead and sign in. If you don't have it, go ahead and create an account. You cannot skip this step. You will have to make an account. It's really simple sign up, as if you're signing up with like any other website you do. Just one thing is that make sure to activate your account by opening up your confirmation email. It may be in your spam file or trash file, so check those folders if you don't see the confirmation email coming through. I have already made an account, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign in. Once you make it, log in. You can see that you're signed in on the right side. You scroll down, and you will need this license key in the future steps. So go ahead and copy this, or you can just write it down somewhere. Ain't really matter. I cannot remember my license key, so I'm gonna copy here. Then, if you scroll down a little bit more, there's 2 sections you can download. We're gonna download the image file. That's going to be the first one, iOS image. Download the file. You can manually just enter the path you want to. While this is downloading, pull up the website that's going to be marked on step 11. If you scroll down, you will see the 2 download now. If you have Windows, you can click the left one. If you have Linux based, then download the right side one. If you have higher versions of 16.0 or higher, you can just keep whatever you have. If you have the VMware Workstation Player already, you can go ahead and skip to step 21. For who doesn't have VMware Workstation, I'm gonna go through the installation wizard because it may be confusing for someone. Once the installation is complete, if you run the execution file, it's gonna lead you to setup and wizard. It's gonna pull up the setup wizard. This is really easy. Click next. Make sure you accept the terms in the license agreement and hit next. From here, it's going to be really up to you. I'm just gonna keep it as default. I don't want to check for product updates on startup, so I'm gonna undo this as well as the improvement program. Hit next. I prefer to have icon on my desktop or startup menu program folder. Keep that like that. Hit next. Go ahead and install. This is basically the last step of installation. Once the installation is finished, go ahead and click finish. It's going to be on your desktop, or you can easily pull up by searching on the desktop. Once it's pulled up, we're going to create a Voltron machine. So click create a new Voltron machine, and we're gonna import the iOS file that we just downloaded a few minutes ago. Browse to the path where you downloaded and select and open it. Hit next. For this machine name, I'm gonna keep it as it is. You can change it. Also the location. Hit next. We recommend somewhere between 20 to 40. I'm gonna give 20 on my machine. Hit next and finish it. Now once it's created, it's going to be automatically power on since we marked that power on the Voltron machine after creation on the new Voltron machine wizard. Just give it a few moments, and it's gonna direct us to welcome to the CSCI installation. Here we go. Now we'll see the virtual machine loading its modules. Hit enter to continue. After this, hold arrow down button and read through the license agreement button. Read through the license agreement. And by pressing F1 button, you can agree with it. Depending on what kind of device you're using, you may have to press function button plus F11 button. Then press enter to continue. We'll go with US default, click enter. Root password. Remember this password because we will need this shortly. So password must be at least 7 characters long and a combination of normal and capital letters, symbols, and numbers. It does not really specify the password qualification requirements, but it tells you that it's not really matching to requirements. So password match, continue, and we'll hit F11 button. Like I said, if F11 button does not work for you, make sure click function button and F11 button. Click enter to reboot the system. Alright, so shortly after you reboot your virtual machine, you will see an IP address. On the yellow box, do you see that IP address on the second line? I don't think you can copy this. I can't. Mine is 192.168.202.128. And we will navigate this IP address to on our actual host machine. And you will see the connection is not private. Click Advanced. Click Proceed to IP address. Mine is partially in Korean, but this should be the username and password on the bottom. Username is root, and the password is the password you previously set on the virtual machine that I told you to remember. And when you log in, it's gonna log into the CSCI host. This is where you can manage your CSCI virtual machine. On the left pane from top, you will see the host, manage, and monitor. Click click manage button. And from the third tab from the left, system, hardware, licensing, package, services, and security and users, click licensing. Then you want to assign license. So on the very first tab, there is a button saying assign license. If you click that, there's a blank where you can put the license key number. Remember the first thing we copied and copied and saved the license key. Copy that again and assign it, and click assign license button next to the cancel button. Now it's gonna pop up the license key is valid for vSphere 7 hypervisor, and that's going to be the end of this hands-on project.